so excited. Let's go.
Let's go. Right. So we all believe and we know that there's a new norm out there, and that's really lit the fuse with our customers, our citizens, members, patients, and customers, employees who are demanding digital solutions to their complex set of needs. There are so many examples of this. Right, Francois?
Right, Andrew. I know we've seen this in our daily lives, right? I grocery shop, order meals, pay with a credit card, and sometimes use my loyalty apps, right? Now, all these things have changed. It's moved to online ordering, touch-free digital payments, curbside pickup, no contact deliveries. Even my car keys have gone by the wayside, and now they've been replaced by my phone.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, me too. Once I become a regular customer of these organizations, and I love all that digital innovation there, I want them to know more about me. I want them to know more about what I want and give it to me when I need it. For me, that's digital innovation. So, Francois, my question to you is, the digital experience of your business matters. So is it consistent and engaging?
Well, so that's a great question. I know we've talked about it, Andrew. What customers have told me is that they've invested big time into solutions that manage their multiple digital interactions or channels. Now, depending on the industry, if you start from the left, organizers have used like digital experience platforms for their business critical websites and portals. They've added marketing automation for their campaigns, commerce for their storefront, and really added targeted mobile apps. And the goal here is for organizations to define and evolve and basically seamlessly combine their digital content, integrate their complex business apps, systems, data, and digitize their existing business processes when necessary.
That's so true. That's so true, Francois. At this point, those websites are actually delivering business-critical digital experiences. What would a bank or insurance company do without a website? In this context, HCL DX combines persuasive content, integrated applications, and you put those together and you can digitize and deliver core business processes. Now, those are behind the login, and behind the login, it personalizes your experiences for individuals based on their interests. And it's not limited just to customers and partners. It's also, in these days, about serving the needs of the employees as part of their digital workplace. On the right here, that for me, and I know we discussed this, Francois, that's the battleground for innovation. That's where the opportunities lie to extend services to the consumer on their mobile devices. For example, enhancing an in-store retail experience or reserving a parking spot. From my perspective, I want any process to be simple, I want it to be digitized, and I want it delivered securely to my phone or my wearable device. Francois, what's an MXDP?
Well, it's a mouthful. Multi-Experience Development Platform. From now on, we're just going to say MXDP. And it's all about developing an application once and delivering the solution across multiple platforms. The goal? To accelerate the creation and deployment of targeted apps for the mobile devices. And that's not just laptops, phones, and tablets. It's now wearables, kiosks, and we have to integrate into IoT devices from barcode scanners to beacons, and of course, immersive touch points, virtual reality, and augmented reality. It's one of those use cases for a low-code app development platform that teams of professional developers use to build beautiful app and innovative experiences.
Yeah, that's right, Francois. I can't tell you the number of times I wanted to ask my phone, where can I find that piece of plastic pipe or that replacement doorknob or the LED light bulb when I'm at the home improvement superstore? So are we saying here the why for delivering multiple digital touch points with a consistent brand experience is stickiness? That's stickiness with our customers?
Absolutely.
So, you know what? We talked about this. We're seeing that same pattern of digital innovation happening everywhere. Right, Francois?
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, forward-thinking enterprise companies, CTOs and CIOs, are augmenting their digital strategies with multi-experiences. We heard Dion talk about this morning. This phenomenon isn't limited by the use of use case or industry. Like, it's pervasive. It's governments, it's retail, it's restaurant, it's healthcare, it's insurance, it's everyone. And if you know what, I mean, let's look at just healthcare and how this industry is moving towards a digitized, personalized experience. You know, when I go to my primary care provider's website and I log in, right, I expect to see my health records, schedule my physical, see my test results, maybe, pay my copay with a credit card, or send questions to my doctors. I really expect a consistent experience on my phone. And you know what? If she prescribes something, I want to be able to order my prescriptions, check on order status and cost-saving opportunities, and designate where I want to collect my prescription. When I arrive at the pharmacy, I want to use the mobile app to authenticate who I am and just collect my pills.
Yeah, that's great. Now, thinking about insurance, I'm like everyone else. I have insurance policies for my home, I have it for my cars, I have it for my life. And I use an insurance portal to access my policy information, submit claims, and I can do all that just with a few clicks. And if I'm inclined, I can read about policy information and get my questions answered. If I decide to make a change, everything connects to the back office systems and applications and gets updated almost immediately, and I didn't have to call an agent. But I do have an agent. I do like her. If I have a question, she can always access her insurance agent portal and find the information that I'm looking for. However, when I'm out and about, just like you, Francois, I just want to carry my proof of insurance, something about my identity when I visit the doctor or the pharmacy, and that's it. So what about some other industries?
Yeah, so if you think about it, we talked about, two examples of business to consumer here. But, every industry has business to consumer, business to employee, business to business. And if you looked at Ken's demo earlier this morning, as consumers, for example, we all use our phones whenever there's a power outage, right? We're all checking for status. My laptop is useless at that point. I don't have any power or no Wi-Fi. But you look on the other side. That same utility company at their corporate office, they're probably using a browser-based app to track progress, assign field technicians to problem areas, deploy equipment, and order the necessary part for the repair. And then you got the field technicians. Those could be contractors as well. They're using the mobile app to update on the repair status, request parts, and equipment, while basically really updating the utility company on their locations and sending pictures of the damage. And it's all connecting to their internal logistics, HR, procurement, and customer systems.
Yeah, that's great. So let's think about it for a second. So what does it mean for IT and the business? And so let's get practical and think about what are the implications here for someone creating a digital strategy.
So if you think about it, for IT, solving these needs require access to your most complex business processes and data, which, by the way, often sit behind the login, as you said earlier. And then when you look closer, enterprises are often made up of what I would call loosely coupled departments or divisions that deliver a set of related services and content to their customers. Typically, the medium of interaction is via the enterprise web presence. But an enterprise needs a digital solution that delivers services in a consistent manner across the different channels. Like, imagine accessing your bank's website and having to log in 3 times, once for your checking data, once for your investment accounts, and once for your credit card transactions. And then you go back to the bank's mobile app, and all of the server information are different. How bad would that be?
Oh, for me, that would be awful.
Exactly. And if you think about it from the business perspective, it's about providing solutions with engaging experiences relevant to the user. Not just content, but through the integration of processes and apps. From a customer perspective, I want to interact with an enterprise in a holistic fashion at the initial stages of becoming a customer. And then I might sporadically come back to the website during the lifetime of the relationship. However, as a business, I want my customers to develop an affinity with my services and grow them, or buy more. I want to be there for my customer anywhere they are, deliver the best experience wherever they are.
I feel there's a but coming, Francois.
Well, it's not really a but, Andrew. There's some reasons why this is hard to accomplish until you have the right mindset and platforms in place. For example, the first thing you have to do is you have to cater to the consumer's situational interaction. Customers, employees, partners can be at home, on the road, in the field, or even on the vacation. They access our digital presence sometimes to perform specific tasks or learn about our products or read instructions. The digital experience must accommodate a plethora of needs. You need to be both convenient and accessible. Then you have to have a consistent and secure user experience. You need to ensure all new processes are not accessible only securely, but authenticated access behind that single login. The user experience must be consistent. Even though multiple departments and people are contributing the content, business processes, and applications. And last but not least, you must be able to digitize and connect to that process. Often, existing processes are manual. They were designed to be internal processes. They also span multiple systems. This means being able to digitize the process by adding the integration, forms, workflow necessary to make them usable, or creating new forms to existing systems, data, and processes.
Thank you, Francois. I think the point that you made is crystal clear, but let me give you another scenario or hypothesis here. You know, those are all great industry examples that we talked about, and we talked about some of the challenges. But one of the industries out there, state and local government, it must be really hard to digitize all of the 100 or more different programs, agencies, and departments and bring them under a unified umbrella of security and consistent delivery of content and digitized process. It must be an enormously complex task.
Well, you know, it's funny you could say that, Andrew. I was thinking something similar. Imagine this scenario. I just accepted a new position as the digital transformation leader for one of the largest banks in the state of Manby. We moved there January 1st along with my wife, my family, my kids, and I'm really excited about my new adventure. And you know what? I got there and I want to get ready and set my family up for our residency in the state of Manby. In front of our big screen TV, my wife and I connected our laptop, and we just went through the site and information about Manby, including information about the government structure, the great state parks, the tourist attractions, and places to live. It was just awesome. Now, quickly though, we honed it into the key things we needed to achieve, right? And at that point, I wanted to get my residency established, right? So a couple of things. I want to register as a citizen. I want to get my driver's license. I want to register my car. And I wanted to register to vote. All typical things that we do when we move to a new country, to a new state. It's new. We need to get that information, and we don't know where to get it. So I went to manby.gov, and I found everything that I needed.
Right. So how long did that entire process take, Francois? Because I would imagine you were searching through the website for ages.
You know what? It didn't take long at all. And here's why. I mean, the great thing is manby.gov site had all the details on how to achieve all these key tasks. Both my wife and I registered ourselves and kids as residents first, and we each got our username and passwords. Once we were done, we went through the details on what we need to go to the Department of Motor Vehicle, DMV for short, to get our new licenses, register our cars, and register to vote. They were all dependent on us going to the DMV. So guess what? Monday morning, my wife and I headed to the DMV with all the documents that the site told us to bring so that we can get registered and get our licenses. I was really, really honestly impressed with how the state digitized its business process.
Okay.
So once we got to the DMV, this is when the cool stuff started, right? We had several iPads set up on pedestals. We entered our username and password, selected the documents that we brought with us, and scanned our thumbprints on the machine. Once we submitted our forms, our next step was the verification process. Pretty darn easy. Now, we went to the lady behind the counter. She had us put our thumbs on the fingerprint reader one at a time. And on her screen, she had all of our information, including background checks, driving record from my old state, and any arrest records. She took our passports, birth certificates, and the verified mail, verified all the information we had entered the night before was correct, and asked us to proceed to the picture area. There again, a simple touch of the fingerprint reader had the photographer ready to take our picture for the driver's license.
That's amazing. Not only has your information been captured on the website when you did the search and you did the registration, Francois, but the state has added your biometric data as well, right?
Yep.
It's a second factor authenticated access. And doesn't that make your personal data more secure?
Absolutely. And it gets better, right? So we got done. And the gentleman, at the picture place, said, hey, your driver's license is going to be there in 2 weeks. And you know what? That was a problem. For my wife and I, we needed our new driver's license right now to open our bank accounts. We asked if there was an expedited service. And the photographer smiles at us. He points at the QR code at the end of the line. He says, just scan this, and you will get the Manby DMV app. Everything is there. You can even get your plates in the app. So, took a picture, downloaded the app, logged in, and guess what? Everything was there. So, first of all, I log in, and there was an electronic version of my driver's license, which was just fantastic. I registered to vote. My polling place was already set up, and a small flashing area asking me to register my car. Excited, we went outside, and with a little bit of skepticism, figured, let's try how this whole thing works. I clicked. It asked me to scan my VIN number, and ta-da, I pointed the camera and found out what my car is. Done. GPay, and I'm done. My plates have been renewed. My wife and I, we head out to DMV, and of course now she wants to try it at home. We get home, she's already registered, does exactly the same thing, and she's there, her car is registered. We really loved the richness of the manby.gov site. Really well-organized site, plenty of information, instructions for new residents, but what really blew my wife and I away was how integrated the process was between the site, the DMV, and how seamless it was to transition from the site to our phone app when we needed it.
Wow, what a great experience. So let me think about it. From what I saw, they've digitized the DMV process, and that's removed all the multiple calls that I know you and I have made in the past and the trips to the DMV, right? So also now, instead of interacting with AAA or 6 different DMV employees, you dealt with just 2, right?
Yep.
And I'm thinking about it, the state of Manby must have saved lots of money through this process. And also the citizens must have been happy because it's certainly much simpler now. Hey, Francois, I didn't know you had that car. It's nice.
Oh, you bet. It's awesome. It's British. It's yellow. It's loud. Kind of like you, actually.
That's wonderful, Francois. So let's just recap what we've learned so far. When you think about it, creating and delivering digital content is vitally important, right? And we saw that when you searched the manby.gov site. But it's the integrating of those processes and applications. That's where the hard work of the website and the mobile app begins. When it's done well, it just works. There's less frustration and time wasted from the user's perspective, you and your wife. It's so integrated, you can combine all of the channels, right? Whether they're physical or digital, the website, the mobile app, the DMV, and it's things such as adding support for the fingerprint readers make it into a really streamlined process. Basically, you saved you and your wife time and any other frustration and headaches. To me, that's business-critical digital innovation in action. It makes me wonder, did I miss anything?
Well, yeah. We said that doing all of this is hard. Remember that slide we showed before the demo?
Yeah, I do. Oh, yes. Yeah. So what we're saying here is HCL Digital Solutions has the necessary DX, DXP, and low-code platforms to help any organization digitize their business process and integrate their back-end systems to deliver an awesome and secure digital experience, one that works harmoniously and flawlessly at scale. I really love the demo that you were able to take us through here today, Francois, and I think it really brought the whole topic to light. But unfortunately, we have to sort of close the session today and give you some information. So I want to thank Francois and thank all of you for joining us here right now. There's some other great sessions for you to check out. My DX colleagues, Jason Cornell, David Strachan, and Gary Schock. Join them for the DX Inspire event happening this week. On Thursday, there's a great session led by two people, Gundar Dotter and also Mike Rowe. They're going to go down to the deep technical level, and they'll show you how they put Volt MX and DX together in their great show and tell session. So they're going to show you how to build a great native mobile app like you saw with Francois in the state of Manby, and how that can access all of the digital content available in DX's CMS and DAM. As always, if you heard from Richard and you've heard from us, is we're here to help answer your questions throughout the whole of Digital Week. So that only leaves us, Francois, to do one final thing, and that's to wish everyone to be well, goodbye, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you, everyone. Have a phenomenal day and a great conference.